So this is an inflatable stand-up paddleboard valve adapter, which I have ordered online from a place called Wait-A-Lot. It's made by Aqua Marina. Out of its packaging you can see the normal core valve, okay, on the one end, and of course the SUP connector on the other end. Okay, so it's a little thing, and you know, we'll see how well it works. So I'm using the valve which I bought, okay, that basically allows you to pump with a compressor. My Aqua Marina Magma stand-up paddleboard. I'm just seeing how much time it takes to inflate to one bar, which is 15 psi. So we'll see how long that takes. You can see now the board is taking shape, and we're basically 4.5 minutes in. When it is inflated, I'm going to basically compare it with 3 gauges. This is my handheld 4x gauge that I use when I go off-roading. You know, when you reduce your tires and so on, when you repump it up again. We also have a gauge on the handheld pump, which we will also measure with. So we'll take three measurements, and you know, that should give us a pretty accurate feel. But I'm timing it with this pump. You know, I would say after about 10 minutes, you know, I'll check the pressure, and you know, we should be very close to 1 bar. Okay, I'll stop it on just over 8 minutes, and we'll take a reading. According to this gauge, we are on 1 bar, okay, almost 1 bar. So let's just let's check our handheld pump. We'll just connect that up there. Let's see what it's saying here. Okay, so 1 bar should be there, 15 psi, 1 bar. So we're on about 0.5 bar, so we're on half a bar so far. So let's take this gauge off, and we'll check it with my normal independent gauge. And as you can see, it's about well, just over half of a bar. That should be half a bar there. Okay, let's just check it again. Yeah, it's definitely not 1 bar yet. So we'll continue. We'll go to the 10 minutes and we'll see what kind of reading we get. Oh, I didn't stop the stopwatch. Okay, so we'll just subtract 2 minutes of that counter. So we'll go to 12 minutes, and that should be 10 minutes. Okay, just over 12 minutes. We'll just stop that, and we'll stop that, and we'll take a look at the gauge. And the gauge now says 1 bar, as you can see. So let's take that off. Let's use the hand pump's gauge first. We'll just check what we're getting here. Well, it's still not on 1 bar on this one. You know, it's sort of in between a half a bar. So I'd say it's about 0.8. So let's get that off, and let's go with the independent gauge once again. And that's showing over 1 bar. Board does feel as hard as rock. I'm going to leave it there. So with my gauge, you know, time wise with this pump, Now this pump delivers 160 liters per minute. Okay, this boat's capacity is 290 liters. Okay, so you know, go figure with that one. But I'm going to, in future, I will go to say 10 minutes, you know, on my timer. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to play around with it now. I'm going to use the hand pump and try to get it to 1 bar on the hand pump, and then see what it actually says on this gauge, and also what it says on this gauge. You know, because I mean, this hand pump is supposed to be, you know, it is an Aqua Marina pump, so it's supposed to be calibrated pretty accurately. So I'll go ahead and pump some more, and then until it says 1 bar on this gauge, and see what the other gauges say. So it took me about another minute to get it to 1 bar on this gauge. So let's take that gauge off, and let's check my gauge, which I consider to be the most accurate here. And that's showing way over 1 bar. It's almost 1.5 bar. And then let's screw on the pump gauge, the electric pump gauge, and let's just see what pressure that's showing. That is showing us just a ways over 1 bar. Okay, so I'd say they more or less, well, this one is saying 1 bar. That one's, these two gauges are basically reading the same, which leads me to believe that these are the 2 accurate gauges as opposed to the Aqua Marina gauge. Okay, so my understanding with any inflatable unit is that when it gets left in the sun, you're going to have an increase in pressure, internal pressure, as the air warms up. So maybe we should just go with these gauges, the more accurate gauges, because if you spend a day out in the sun with your paddleboard and it expands, you know, while it's laying in the sun, you know, you want to give it that little bit of leeway, otherwise the seams are going to bust. But anyway, this is a whole experimental thing. It's going to be a very expensive experiment for me, because I mean, I'm not being sponsored with any of these things. This is coming right out of my own pocket, just to grow my channel. And the beauty of this board is it's such a nice board. It's so easy to carry, as you can see. It's so easy to move around, but as I said, the reason that I bought it is because my 4x4 here, you can see I've got a rooftop tent up there. Okay, and I cannot get a kayak on my roof anymore. So what I have done, I actually bought another 5 kg gas tank. Okay, I bought another bracket and 5 kg gas tank, which I keep stored. Now the space between the 2 gas tank holders is enough for the paddleboard, when it's deflated in its bag, to be tied down on the roof just with 1 strap, because it's only 9 kg in weight. So I use a strap with a ratchet, and it works pretty well, you know. So it doesn't take up space inside the van, because space is at a premium, since I also have my my fridge in there, which I will be reviewing shortly as well. And I've just put another mark on my phone. My phone is now totally buggered, I think. Stop that stopwatch. I left it here. I left my phone here, but it's fallen so many times. A really fantastic phone, this J5. I see the chassis is bent now too. So when I closed this door here now, I just jammed it there, but that's okay. You know, I've got this phone for a few years. I've got a Edge 7, which I will now just transfer everything over to when I have a chance. Okay, so I've got the SUP all pumped, and all that I do now is I basically carry it over to the flare, which is about 500 meters from here. So yeah, I'll see you guys with the next video.